Two of the richest guys in crypto going head to head, battling it out. All right, so Pete, let me wake up, dude. We got to set the stage for everybody. There's been some breaking news. I don't know if anybody else has seen this.
I just landed
where the hell are
you?
you?
What I miss?
Pete, so people, last 24 hours, we reported on kind of some issues going on with FTX, a little fight between Binance, FTX, lack of liquidity, withdrawals being halted, and we were kind of confused, right? What was going on? Just about 2 minutes ago, CZ and SBF, both, the founders of both exchanges, both put out a simultaneous tweet saying that Binance is basically acquiring FTX.
What?
Throughout the full thing. I did not see this coming.
Whoa. That's insane. And not only is he acquiring this, if under these pretenses, they're basically buying FTX for nothing. Like, he could literally say, we're going to take on all your liabilities, and here's $1 for the IP rights to FTX.com.
It's actually pretty nuts, because if you think about how this all started, it all started with CZ saying he's going to sell $2 billion worth of FTT. Then basically the price of FTT starts selling off. But Alameda Research, who's Sam Bankman-Fried's hedge fund, and FTX, which is his exchange, their relationship has been nebulous. So people haven't really known how to classify, there's different assets. So there's lots of speculation. Basically a lot of speculation that there were a lot of loans denominated in FTT. So they were, Alameda was leveraged off of this. And so there was some extra sell pressure. And when this, sort of news came out, it fell, 30, 40% over the course of a few days. And then when the news came out that they were getting an acquisition, the price pumped 30 or 40% in like a minute. So a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty still. CZ also tweeted out that there is still room for things to go sideways, essentially. He said that there's going to be a lot of volatility pertaining to FTX and this acquisition, namely because they're going to go through their due diligence on Alameda Research and FTX. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. The story is just now starting.
Wow. And I would agree the story is now just starting, but I would say this is the end of chapter 2. If this was Sam Bankman-Fried's Star Wars saga, the beginnings of Alameda Research was basically the first one. And then this is the moment where Sam Bankman-Fried is now being frozen in carbonite. He's being written off for dead by everyone on crypto Twitter. But he is going to have a Return of the Jedi story, and that is through FTX Ventures. FTX has $10 billion, and they're basically backing literally everything that's going to 100x in the next bull run.
I hope.
And whoever laughs last laughs hardest. So don't write him off completely for dead like so many other huge whales of the past. As you said, this is just getting started.
Yeah, we're going to see how this whole thing shakes out. But I will just tell you, the most entertaining outcome is often the one that kind of occurs. And FTX being acquired. I mean, I just saw a tweet. I want to pull it up. Sam
I'm so glad I closed my shorts before I got on the airplane to come over here.
Yeah, this is a tweet from Tier 10K saying SBF was canvassing deep pockets in Silicon Valley and Wall Street. I think billionaires, not institutions. He was seeking more than $1 billion. But by midday today, the hole looks to be significantly deeper, apparently. So in the hours before securing an emergency lifeline from rival Binance, they were looking for money from Silicon Valley, but they went to Binance as kind of the last resort. But remember, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, they got their start from Binance. They were incubated from Binance. When we went to Singapore in 2019 for the Binance conference, he shared a stage with SBF and said, hey, this is kind of going to be the next biggest thing. He's building an awesome exchange. And so it comes full circle. And I think that's also what Sam Bankman-Fried said in his tweet. It comes full circle with this strategic transaction. He's not really referring to it openly as an acquisition, more of just a strategic transaction. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But we'll keep you guys posted.
Super, super interesting. I think the real lesson to learn here is don't get on CZ's bad side.
Yeah, like our
So
buddy TiVo.
yeah, you better start making angelic memes of CZ now.
Yeah,
saving
I'm
saving the
terrified.
world.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
the
terrified.
true His Majesty of crypto.
Just a general question. Is this like a interesting thing from like a regulation standpoint too, where like CZ tweets out he's selling this stuff and it pegs down FTX on the mat, right? And
Well-
it's like it makes it cheaper.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely one thing. Like he got a deal for almost half price or whatever. It feels like, because there's FTX had liquidity locked up in different places and was unable to facilitate like customer withdrawals and stuff. So in that instance, they need it, but the question is why, right? Like what were they doing with client funds that they couldn't meet
Right.
all of these redemptions? Were they lending them out? Was there an asset management agreement or some type of loan facility that they had with an affiliated party like Alameda Research? So there's lots of speculation there. And with this Binance due diligence process, a lot will come to light about what was really going on, that they couldn't fulfill all these. There's a bank run, right? Now, I mean, who's to say what they were doing? I don't know. Like, I don't want to speculate too much, but
Yeah.
it is, who really got the best part of this whole deal was fucking, what's his name? Sam Trabucco, the former CEO of Alameda Research, who jumped ship, literally left, tweeted, "I'm buying a yacht and I'm going to sail. I'm done." And he tweeted like 2 months ago that he was out.
Yeah.
And now all this stuff
We
happens.
saw the writing on the wall. So there was something going on. They're one of the biggest borrowers from the uncollateralized lending facilities TrueFi and Maple Finance. So there's
probably Clearpool and stuff like that.
Keep your eyes out on those two projects, and just check and see what Alameda's balances are there. Yeah. That could be two more facilities that we consider blue chip that could be up in smoke by this time next week.
Awesome. All right. So from a producer's standpoint, for everybody watching, we just broke the breaking news that Binance is buying FTX. Now you're going to go to the first portion we recorded yesterday, which is the leading up to it. So stick around, watch that, and thanks for watching.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another crypto rundown. Bryson Pizza Mine. We're going to be talking about some big things today. CZ, founder and CEO of Binance, SBF, both acronyms, founder of FTX, two of the richest guys in crypto going head to head, battling it out. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Gala Games getting hacked for twice its market cap. Pizza Mine, something we've never seen before. We're going to talk about Instagram partnering with. Well, yeah, true. Yeah. We're also going to talk about Instagram partnering with Polygon and Arweave. And then we're going to close it out. But Pizza Mind, you're in Portugal. What the hell?
I am. I was just at Solana Breakpoint, ignoring all you people have to say on YouTube and Twitter, going to see for myself if there's actually anything of value being built over here. What's the vibe like? Does anyone even care about Solana? The short answer is yes. A lot of people care about Solana. In fact, this whole event was distributed over 4 locations because there wasn't one good area to fit everybody into. Crypto is absolutely rabid over here in Portugal. There's a ton of stuff being built on Solana, and there's a ton of money to pay people to build stuff on Solana. As far as value and things being built on Solana, that still remains to be seen. So far, it's a lot of, this was invented on Ethereum, and now we're rebuilding it on Solana. I've only seen 1 or 2 things that are actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, plus consistent uptime. I know Solana has been riddled with plenty of issues there, but let's kind of cut to the crux of the conversation that happened this weekend when, kind of out of the blue, Changpeng Zhao, founder of Binance, tweeted out that they were selling $2 billion worth of FTT tokens that they had received, basically through equity and through deals, and they were saying, we're going to be selling this $2 billion worth of FTT. Now, FTT was a project that Binance incubated many, many years ago, and it's almost like the student becomes the sensei, right? And now we have Sam Bankman-Fried apparently lobbying, behind CZ's back. I don't know. There's some feud. There's some tension. Sam Bankman-Fried tweeted out, is CZ even allowed in Washington, D.C.? So it seems to me the whole idea is really a conflict of policy sort of beliefs. What did you make of this whole unraveling of this relationship publicly between CZ and SBF?
Well, we know that they go way back. They're boys.
We saw them in
SBF's
Singapore together
first
on
supporter.
stage.
Yeah,
we loved him.
Basically, CZ made Sam Bankman-Fried. He got his start and his big launch through Binance. Binance was some of the first and biggest money into FTX. So now that Sam can stand on his own and stand like a juggernaut, it sounds like maybe he stabbed his homie in the back in potentially a very sensitive spot. I've never seen CZ react emotionally towards making
And he's
financial
like one of the
decisions
nicest
or hide
guys in
memes.
crypto.
He's absolutely one of the nicest guys in crypto. And for him to be reacting this way immediately makes me want to take his side, because he just doesn't do this for anything. Even when Binance's users got hacked for $40 million and it wasn't his fault, he stepped up calmly and said, you know what, we're just going to cover it out of our treasury and make things whole.
Yeah.
No matter what bad things have gone his way, he's been cool until now.
And I don't know behind the scenes, right? So all we can do is speculate. I'm rooting for both of them. I think, I want, Sam to succeed with FTX. I love those guys. I want CZ to succeed. So hopefully they could find a deal, work themselves out, and we could get back to the bull market, because I'm super tired and sick of these bear market sort of fights that we're having here across crypto Twitter.
And it sounds like from Sam's reaction, he doesn't quite know what he did, or at least he wants to play dumb. But I have to believe he actually doesn't know, because I don't think he's a bad guy either. But I do believe that he's in his own little narrow box in the world, quite aloof to what goes on around him.
Yeah, well, kind of, moving on, I think one of the interesting things that I saw this week was Gala Games getting hacked. And you actually know more about this than I do, but apparently somebody minted $2 billion worth of this Gala token when the market cap was only $1 billion. So they found a bug that was about, an infinite mint sort of bug. And I was pretty blown away about this. And then I actually heard that it was Gala Games themselves that had audited the code or got tipped off to this bug. And then they exploited the bug themselves so that they could kind of do it before anybody else would, and then, fix it through a fork or something. So I don't know what's going on there over the course of the weekend, if there's been any public developments, but that was one that I've never seen that. I've been around for a long time.
Yeah, usually people will just quietly fix problems. That sounds like a really ridiculous thing to do, to try and get your validators to pay attention to do a fork. It must be a very dead community channel during the bear market if that's the drastic measure they had to take to get everyone's attention.
Yeah, I mean, just, some people, Yahwobi is saying that this is not a white hat hack. So jury's still out, but we'll let you guys know how that unfolds. But another big thing that happened was Instagram partnered with Polygon, which is the Matic token, as well as Arweave for its decentralized file storage. And I think this is a huge, just bullish underlying push and tailwind for crypto adoption and for getting people more comfortable with NFTs and crypto. And I mean, Instagram's got, almost 1 billion users probably. Don't quote me on that. I should Google it beforehand. But if Facebook has 3 billion users, Instagram's got to be up there, right?
2 billion active monthly users.
Holy God. Yeah.
Yeah. So this
mass
is really
adoption for NFTs, baby.
Yeah. We're going to see more and more of this with the apps and in companies we already know and use, for better or for worse, integrating crypto and all the stuff that we've really become passionate about in our space. It's not going to be so much about us trying to figure out how to get 2 billion users onto a crypto platform. The platform with 2 billion users is going to bring crypto to them. Yeah. So for better or for worse, that's what's going to happen in every sector of crypto in the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, I think all these big companies are going to be adopting crypto or technology, crypto-related technology in some capacity.
Salute to the best biz dev team in crypto over at Polygon. They're just absolutely crushing it.
There's one other thing I wanted to get to before we closed it out. It was just a little calendar of events for this week. Now, Tuesday, November 8th, is midterm election day. One interesting stat that I heard on CNBC this morning was that 6 to 12 months after midterms, historically, there hasn't been a down sort of period. So I think that's actually pretty interesting that, like, looking 6 to 12 months out after midterms, there's always been a positive return on that 6 to 12 month mark. So, that could mean risk assets get a little bit of breathing room over the course of the next year, which I'd be excited about. But you also see on Thursday, we have CPI numbers that come out. It'll probably show inflation's continuing to be persistent and pesky, and it's going to, require more interest rate hikes and all that stuff. So there's going to be two very volatile sort of events this week. But also, I don't know if you saw this, but there's going to be a super blood moon, okay? And this super blood moon, it hasn't happened in a long time. It won't happen for another 3 or 4 years. And we know markets tend to be extra volatile on these sort of lunar eclipse and solar eclipse phenomenon. So not to be all too conspiratorial or anything, but there's now 3 big events.
There's more truth to that super blood moon thing than any CPI numbers or unemployment numbers or inflation numbers whatsoever. All of them are based on bullshit. They've completely skewed the stats to make us think that things are okay when they're clearly not. We've seen every large corporation lay off employees by the thousands, including the beginning of the year with thousands of CEOs stepping down for allegedly no reason right after a big world government summit. And now everyone on TV that's supposed to have answers is like, well, I don't think there's going to be a recession. I don't really know. Guys, we're in it, and we've been in it. And they're lying to our faces. And when they're done lying and they admit that it's already happened, that's when we're going to see things turn around.
Why do you think the super blood moon has anything to do with the markets?
I'm saying there's more truth to the super blood moon than any of the numbers that they're feeding us.
Okay.
But there also there's some weird theories about moon cycles and markets.
Yeah,
it's actually a very well, documented sort of thing. I haven't gotten deep into it, but the theory is that a lot of the commodities and a lot of the sort of earlier markets were predicated based on a farmer's almanac, right? And a lot of the tides have to do in the planting and the harvest season, and those just generally have caused market cycles. Periods of booms and busts based on harvest. And so that's one thing. The other thing is that humans are 70 or 80% water. And we know that moons kind of have sort of effects on water tides. And so it causes just a sort of an actual physiological volatility in people.
When I used to work at a club, people would be acting a fool more than ever on those big full moons and blood moons.
Yeah. If you look at some of the correlations between number of accidents and number of, bad things that happen on days of full moons versus not, it just shows that people are a little bit more volatile, and it's a phenomenon, right? It's kind of beyond a lot of, scientific explanation. And I don't know.
I'm gonna have to order you a tapestry for your art background.
Think about the werewolves as well, right? The full moon.
See, why is it that something that's based on the farmer's almanac for hundreds of years is called a conspiracy, yet numbers that we've seen the algorithms change over the past 2-3 years, those are supposed to be facts?
Bro, Tivo, you probably think I'm crazy. You probably think I'm crazy, and I think I'm crazy a little bit too. But I want to show you, if you go to tradingview.com, you throw on an indicator, you could literally type moon phases, right? And you could put moon phases on your charts. I'm doing it right now. And then it'll show you you're in a full moon cycle, or you're today's a new moon or today's a full moon. Here's a chart of Bitcoin, right? And I go pull up my indicators. I type in moon, this is this is generated by the TradingView application. I'm not kidding. People literally have trading strategies based on.
So this is the cycle of the moons based on full moon and all that, and it's relative to the price of Bitcoin.
It doesn't. You can't really you can't really trade much on it, but it shows you the new moon is. I don't want to get too blown away here, but that's.
So do you see a trend here or no?
Yeah, you could. I don't. Maybe an upswing, but then you got a downswing on that moon, and then downswing on that moon, start an upswing. There's not much of a trend here. I would
That
say
crescent
if you
was weak.
probably did some sort of analysis where you took all these data points, you might be able to find some type of trend, but just like on kind of the basic eye, no, I don't see anything.
That's fascinating.
Anyhow, so that's kind of all I had. Tivo, did you have anything else you wanted to go over?
Yeah, I have two things. So number one, to wrap up the Binance versus FTX thing, we had a meme that went I wouldn't say viral, but was a big pretty much trending inside the tweets that CZ was doing, and I don't think he was a fan of it, so he unfollowed us on Twitter after this sumo wrestling meme was in his mentions, and a lot of people I don't know, a lot of people liked it. I saw it got a lot of engagement. I mean, 60,000 views.
Wow.
Bryce, it was your idea to fire something off, but I made
Yeah,
it. So
I thought it was a joke. In good
I'm
taste.
sorry. I'm
This
sorry,
is Tivo coming
CZ.
clean.
It's not Bryce and Aaron. It's their social media manager. I take full responsibility.
I thought
Please-
you've got
please
CZ winning the match pretty much. So
Yeah, that's what I
don't
thought. It
know.
looked like.
Yeah, he got him out of the circle. That's what I'm saying. CZ won.
Well,
I don't know. I thought
Hey.
it was a joke in good taste, just kind of commenting on a big battle that's happening right now
I
between two
guess.
people that are kind of duking it out in the public sphere on Twitter. So if you can't handle,
CZ, if you're out there watching, we love you.
yeah, we love you, man.
support you.
CZ,
We didn't
we
mean
love
any
you.
harm
We
by
love
it.
you.
You're a good guy.
No, we love you. All right, last thing here. Last thing. I just for Christmas is coming up, and I want us all to maybe get a group present. The luxury crypto community is coming to the Fyre Festival site. Do you guys remember that
good
documentary
God.
on Netflix? Fyre Festival, where there's
Yes.
the island and the music festival.
That guy,
It was an absolute
that guy was
mess.
going to go down to the dock and do what he had to do to get the water released.
Yeah, to get the water. insert meme.
Yeah.
Meme there. So a firm of tech bros and real estate developer reveal plans for the first ever luxury crypto community, and it's going to be on that island in the Bahamas
nothing to do
of
with
the former festival not to be. Really? So 60 luxury villas. You get some type of NFT as a down payment, and then ability to buy another NFT.
They're all gonna get
Looks like
mugged.
the asking price
It's
is
horrible.
1.5 million. I mean, but look at these renderings. Look at these 3D renderings. This looks awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, you remember? I mean, is it run by the same group that did the original Fyre Festival that ended in just a complete catastrophe? If it's, I mean, one of those guys, I think that Billy dude, ended up in prison for that festival.
Yeah, no. I think it's a different people. It's different people. It's just on the same island. So the island is
It's a
the
disaster
topic
waiting
of-
to happen.
Pizza Mind, can I get you to?
Yeah, listen,
What do you think?
I like you guys, but the last thing I want to be is in a village of people that talk about crypto 24/7, that don't take showers, that repel girls like mosquitoes. No, absolutely not. I want nothing to do with it, not even for free.
All right. Well, maybe I can convince our boss Kevin to buy it for me. But yeah, so the Firefest luxury crypto could be yours for $1.5 million.